so much. It's so wonderful to be here. I'm really thrilled that the nation is beginning to recognize that the city of New Orleans is not only coming back, but steaming back. Just today, we've got national recognition that we're once again being declared one of the fastest growing cities in America. And the Wall Street Journal and Forbes magazine continues to speak glowingly about the unbelievable resilience of the people of New Orleans. And today is just another unbelievable example of how hard we have worked and what it has produced together. I'm thrilled with Walmart. I want to thank you so much for betting on the city of New Orleans and investing in the city. This is not the first Walmart, but the second. We broke ground on the Walmart in the East in April, and of course we are here today. So let me begin by thanking them. I also want to thank my top team, Amy Quirk, Cedric Grant, Judy Reese-Morris, and all of our deputy mayors who worked on this in partnership with one of my great partners on the City Council, Councilmember Cynthia Hedge-Morrell, who really has just been a champion of it. Cynthia, thank you so much. Along with Senator J.P. Morrell and State Representative Jared Brossett, in partnership with NORA, who's represented here by Councilman at Large Jim Singleton, Emeritus. And Mary, you like that, huh? That was good, right? And Michael Marsigli and all the people that have worked so hard. Before I came here today, I took a ride down the road through Pontchartrain Park, which is coming back in a big way. Joseph Bartholomew Golf Course, which was designed by Joseph Bartholomew and his family, is now busting at the seams as we speak. And immediately adjacent to the golf course, you will see about 100 American citizens, men and women, citizens of New Orleans, actually working on building the new clubhouse there. Because we talked about putting New Orleans back to work and having the people of New Orleans rebuild New Orleans. And when you think about just the construction jobs that has produced, and then you walk down the street to this, what is going to be a glorious space where New Orleanians are going back to work rebuilding the city, your heart swells with how far the people of New Orleans have come and what, in fact, we have rebuilt in a very short period of time. Building back what was there before, building it better than it was, always next to the Baptist Theological Seminary, which is a symbol of what has always been great about New Orleans and what stays. And when you put the new with the old, and you create the city that always should have been, you get a sense of how spectacular the future of New Orleans looks as we peer towards 2018, which is our 300th anniversary, when we will unveil to the world this city that they have always dreamed of. And so I'm really thankful as we place this other brick in an otherwise very solid foundation as the city of New Orleans moves forward. And when companies like Walmart bet on us, not only will they do better, we'll do better, and the people of the city of New Orleans will thrive. So thank you all very much. This is just a very major step today, and we are thankful to play a small part in it. God bless you all, and thank you so much. And now let me call on my partner, Cynthia Hedge-Morrell, the council lady from District D, who has been a great partner in this effort as well as many others.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Before I start, I want to thank the residents of District D. And I would ask that you raise your hands or stand and acknowledge your presence. While I agree with the mayor, this is another solid brick in the foundation, I want you to know that this has always been the foundation of our coming back. We started on this almost 7 years ago. And we never gave up. We were persistent. We knew if we believed it would happen. And I'm here to say that I want to thank all of you for being staunch allies, working with me, standing with me, because District D, while it was 80% underwater after Katrina, while we shed a lot of tears over the condition of our city and our homes, we are back. We are back solid. We are back better than before. And I want to share with you one thing that I thought was so interesting. When we drove in, there was a young man asking us to sign our names. And I said, "Are you from Gentilly?" He said, yes, ma'am. And I said, that's what I wanted. And I want to thank Walmart for that partnership, because that's what we want. We want our young people to have positive life chances. And Walmart is going to hire close to 400 people to work in this location. And we are hoping that a majority of them are from the city of New Orleans, and particularly from District D. So I welcome Walmart to District D. You're in the heart of District D, and I'm excited about the other opportunities that will follow once Walmart locates. But the other thing I'm really excited about is I'm watching this old relic get torn down. So let's give a hand to that. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Can I ask Mr. Jim Singleton, the New Orleans Redevelopment Authority Board Chair, to come up? Thank you very much, sir.
First of all, Mr. Mayor, I want to thank you. Hopefully, we are here what we all about, redevelopment of the city, and we just an instrument, hopefully, to do that on behalf of the city and others. And when the mayor said a few minutes ago, narrative, I think that was one of my problems when we started the process. I was still trying to get a narrative councilman rather than chairman of the excuse me, because this would have been completed by now. Because we wouldn't have listened to some things the politicians listened to, we have moved forward to get this project done. And we have been first on the list. But what I want to do is ask the vice chair of the committee to say a comment, because they're the one that did all the work. I just sit back and watch.
Thank you, Jim. I know I was going to stand next to Jim. I probably would have put my elevator shoes on. I would like to thank everyone involved. I'd like to thank Walmart for their professionalism, their financial capability, and truly their commitment to this area. It's a wonderful addition. It's going to be a catalyst, and we're very happy at NORA that we participated and we have helped put this thing together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your all's continued support. So, Senator Morrell, Senator Morrell. There we are.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I know my mom is usually the one that gives the history lessons, but I thought today it would be appropriate that I kind of explain why this moment is so, in particular, tremendous. You look back about 6-7 years ago when this process began. This site is really a symbol of a larger problem of blight we have in the city of New Orleans. 7 years ago, an absentee landlord who managed a strip mall, that strip mall was destroyed in Katrina, and that absentee landlord, like many of the people we have in this city dealing with blight, decided to squat on this property and wait for a community to rebuild itself, hoping to make a profit once everyone else had done the work. The first group I have to thank right now is NORA, because as many of you remember, NORA bought this site from that absentee landlord. We had to work on the state and local level to generate the funds, but NORA took the steps under this man behind me's leadership to say, listen, absentee landlord, you can sell us this property, or we're going to take this property. And what you saw was NORA stepped in, purchased this property, which NORA does not often do, and returned it to Commerce. So the first group we need to thank today is NORA, because NORA stepped up to fight the blight. So let's give them a round of applause. Like I said, this process started 6-7 years ago. When this process started, Jared was my mom's chief of staff, and I was a representative. I was unmarried with no children. So as many of you know, Jared's now a rep. I have 2 lovely kids, and I'm married. That tells you how long this process has taken. I have to thank Walmart for their tenacity. As many of you remember, this project under the previous administration came into Commerce twice with failed attempts to redevelopment. Walmart was so tenacious in that they came after the site 2 other times before being given it. Now, there are not many companies of that level of prestige, of that level of international magnitude, who are so tenacious to rebuild with the community that after going through a very difficult process twice before, still want to develop this community so badly they came back. And I think we need to give Walmart a round of applause for not giving up on us. Last but not least, I have to thank Mayor Landrieu and the Landrieu administration. Like I said, this project has been languishing for 7 years. Until the Landrieu administration came in, we really didn't have the level of dedication and sense of urgency brought to the development of this project. And as you've seen, in a very brief period of time, once they came in, once we got Walmart on board, believe it or not, in the timeline, this has actually progressed very quickly. So I'm very excited about today. I'm very excited about the idea between both of these Walmarts to be developed in Orleans Parish. We can finally have our citizens spending money in our parish. When you look at the tremendous amount of resources this parish needs to be what it can be, one of the greatest things we've struggled with is losing a lot of our retail spending to a lot of the surrounding parishes, surrounding cities, and people want to spend their money where they live, and now they have the opportunity to do so. Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all being here today. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those kind remarks. Now I'd like to introduce our State Representative Jared Brossett.
Thank you, John. And to all the citizens of Gentilly and to the city of New Orleans, this Walmart is a beacon of hope for the future of economic development in our great city. Just a few weeks ago, on the other end of the district, we have the Mid-City Market. Gentilly is open for business. The city of New Orleans is open for business. And I can't wait until this great anchor, Walmart, brings in more retail and development throughout this great Gentilly neighborhood. I want to thank the mayor and his team for their vision of economic development for all parts of the city of New Orleans, as they had a great commitment to all of us post-Katrina and during Mayor Landrieu's administration. Amy Quirk, which runs economic development, Councilmember Morrell, who I had the opportunity to serve with her during the years at City Hall. Economic development, removing blight, expanding commerce is one of the biggest things we face here in the city of New Orleans, and this is a product of what we see. Children will have an opportunity to go buy sporting products from this Walmart and visit the Wesley Barrow Stadium in my rear at Pontchartrain Park. I also want to thank NORA and their staff, Commissioners Marsiglia and Singleton. Great minds have been at work for years to make this a reality. It's not about just jobs, it's about making opportunities for locals to have work in the construction and the viability of this great city and this great neighborhood. And so I want to thank Walmart, John, for Walmart's commitment, financial commitment, to come and invest here in Gentilly. One of the biggest things I admire about Walmart and their corporate giving is that last year they spent $1 billion in the United States and around the world with corporate giving, and they are committed to employing the youth of our great city and many children throughout the great cities throughout the United States. So I want to thank Walmart again, and let's go, break ground. Gentilly is open for business. Thank you.
Don't we love his enthusiasm? I mean, he's been a great representative for us, and I really want to take a minute now and thank the mayor once again. You know, I'm new to New Orleans. I moved here just about 6 months ago, or a year ago, and in speaking to everyone, both locally and in our stores, you know, we've been wanting to rebuild here for quite some time. And it just now came about since Landrieu has come into office that we've really seen that escalate with a much greater sense of urgency. So again, thank you very much, Mayor, and all the representatives here for your great support. Let's give them one more round of applause. I'd like now to introduce our Gentilly Neighborhood Association member, Mr. Victor Gordon.
First, let me say that I need to recognize the leadership of this community. Those who originally wrote the letter to the absentee landlord to say, we're going to take your property if you don't do something for us. I see Elena Miller. Would you please stand, all of you who are with the leadership of Gentilly? Pastor Miller, would you wave your hands back there? Members of the Baptist Senator. I want to thank the city, especially the administration for putting up with us. You know, at times that we can be very forceful, but we always recognize that we're in a partnership. And in a partnership, it must be a win-win situation for everyone. I want to thank our illustrious council member, Cynthia Hedge-Morrell. She fought very hard for this project. And most of all, NORA. NORA has stuck with us for quite some time. And to the NORA staff, and also to the leadership of NORA, I want to say thank you. Now let me thank you for having me here today. I'm pleased to be here speaking on behalf of this entire neighborhood. And I'm talking about the Gentilly community and in extension the Gentilly community. Gentilly is my home. I've been living here since 1966. And as president of the Gentilly Neighborhood Association, I work very hard to ensure my community is provided for. I always want what is best for my neighbors, friends, and family in the Gentilly area. And I always support projects that will trigger economic growth here. We have fought very hard over the last 3 years to make this dream a reality. We have worked diligently to maintain a high quality of life in our community. And the addition of this new Walmart store will help tremendously. In addition to the many jobs that you heard about, the store will create Walmart's commitment to providing fresh, healthy food at low cost. We provide a much-needed service to our community. We appreciate Walmart investing in our community and setting the example for other investors who want to come to us that the Gentilly area is flourishing, and this is a good community to do business. And again, thank you for everyone. You're being so kind to us in this area. Thank you.
Once again, thanks everybody for attending. We are so excited to be a part of this community, and I tell you, we got a lot more to come. So we are ready to get these registers ringing. Are y'all ready?